evening. Also trying to apparently work my hair into a pattern. I think that's how hexes are done or something like that. Hello. Hello. How's it going? Ignore my glasses. I use these as my backup pair when I have to travel. Who doesn't need some, tinted lenses in a dark hotel room? Not the most well thought out thing I've ever done, but at least I don't end up taking the chance of leaving my good ones at a different place. I'm stitching a dragon bookmark. Well, technically I'm working on multiple bookmarks, but I'm just doing one color for all of the different bookmarks in the kit. Figured if I was going to be bored, I could be bored with friends. It's a dragon bookmark. It's a printed. That way I don't have to worry about having a pattern with me since I'm traveling. And they're really cute. It's a pack of 6. And so since they all use the same color theme, I just have been stitching one color at a time on all of the different bookmarks. Makes it easier. I'm like, it's something to do. I worked on it just a little bit this morning before I had to leave for work. So then I just ended up bringing it with me. Is anybody else stitching this evening? Oh, nice. A specific type? Like, is it like from an actual thing or just horror themed in general? That's why I was wondering if it was like that. That's cool. Mike Myers. My youngest would like the Freddy one probably. I ended up buying a pattern earlier. Oh, nice. I bought I have an Earth Design pattern earlier. And I'm excited now because I'm like, when am I going to have time to work on it? I have so many things that I've started, and normally I am a solo project stitcher. So having multiple projects, I'm like, I can't keep up. I want to do them all at once. And then with moving this past weekend and then having to be out of town for work today, I just haven't really had time to do anything on the big one that I've got. And I think it's been almost 2 weeks now since I've had a chance to work on that one. And I was putting in quite a bit of work on it until then. Excuse me. I normally try and, when I do my lives, I try and have my camera to where you can see what I'm working on, but since I don't have a stand with me, you get bed privileges. But I've already managed. Seriously, main projects are like a necessity of life. Thank you for the follow. The one thing I definitely like about these printed patterns is that it makes it a whole lot easier to do stuff whenever I don't have my light set up. I think it would be, oh yay, I love finding other stitchers. I have made so many friends on here because of that alone. There are so many of us. I never even realized, and like I didn't realize either that, I don't know if it's just me, but like I have a ton of followers that live in Russia and they all cross stitch, and I'm like, is it just a really big thing over there? There's nobody really around me, like physically, that does stitching. I've met very few people in real life that even knows what it is. I bought my 17-year-old a small kit a while back, and they finally just started it yesterday, and it's a little red mushroom cap, and I'm gonna end up posting a picture of it later whenever I post my progress pic for this, because they said I could. The only one that I know that does float is my mom. I learned from her, watching her when I was young, and I just taught myself. I see all these people that live in other states that go to these giant Stitch craft fairs and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, I wish there was something like that close to me, but there is not. I think I would have a blast meeting a bunch of people. I keep thinking one day I'll end up finding one of those big fairs and just making like a weekend or something of it and actually going to another state. Still can't quite get over this cough. So sorry if it ends up being too loud. Got sick almost 2 weeks ago, and that little bit of a nagging feeling right in the back of my throat just has not gone away yet. Yes. So I actually prefer to not tie off my ends. Like when I'm starting my threads, I use the loop start method. I really just do not like to tie knots. I suck at it, and I've never been good with it. So I just kind of tend to not tie any ends at all. And depending on what kind of data I'm working on, I will do like the pin stitch method to start and stop it depending on. I try not to even weave in my ends very much anymore either, just because it makes the backs look a lot neater. But this is really thick. Yeah, I would definitely try, different ways of doing it, but I definitely don't knot. It makes it a lot harder for me. I end up knotting my thread more when I'm stitching if I do knot up anything. Have you tried doing like the loop start method? Or not, tying your ends at all? This thread from this kit isn't very nice, so it's kind of hard to work with. Do you mainly use DMC threads, or is it, a different brand? Hi, cat. Thank you, Kat. I would try and use DMC thread if you can. Yeah, see, that's one of the differences with, like, this is, you know, not DMC threads. It's like the DMC colors, but you can tell the difference in the actual thread itself. It's not DMC, and it tends to fray a whole lot. It tends to bleed more. It tends to knot up a lot easier unless you're really paying attention to it. The thread it makes a huge difference. I also tend to, 90% of the time, I stitch two-handed, so most of my projects are on a scroll. No, I'm doing two right now. I tend to only use 3 threads when I'm doing 11 count. 14 to 18, 2 threads, and then usually anything, higher than 18, I'll do 1 thread. Had to move my knee. It's starting to bother me. Thank you for tapping away, Cat. Managed to get quite a little bit of this done so far. So I'm doing, this like bluish, light bluish color. And I started that just a little while ago, maybe about 45 minutes ago. Yes, me too. I stitched a lot. Like, I am currently in a hotel room and I'm staying. So, if that tells you anything. It's it was a Zon find. It's one of the 6 packs. But they're all dragon bookmarks. I'm working on a dragon bookshelf, and I am in Hope, Arkansas right now. See, I normally do. I almost never work from kits. A lot of times I end up doing, even doing some of my own patterns. So, but I did this because, I'm working on that bookshelf, and I thought it would be something that I could take with me when I had to travel. Or just, we've been moving, and we finally got moved this last weekend. And so, in between the whole move, I didn't want to try and focus on my large project. So I had these, and I was just kind of switching between them. Once I finish a color on one, then I'll go to the next one and finish the same color on that one. So right now I'm working, the color is, I wouldn't necessarily say this is 161, just because I'm generally used to working with DMC threads, but it's close enough to 161, I guess. But that's what the actual pattern calls it. But all of these are kind of cute, at least. I'm not used to working with such stiff items. This stuff is thick. But I guess I have to do the frame. nice. I would say I'm about 5 to 7% done on 2 or 3 of these. So I'm not working very fast. I just haven't had the time. Normally I would have finished one of these in a day. I think the biggest issue I've had with this, other than the thread, is the needle. I really need one of my other needles. The head of this one I think it's like a tiny bit broke. Like the actual eye of it is just slightly chipped, and so it keeps catching on the Aida. I should have grabbed a different needle before I left the house this morning, but I was not. I used to be completely paper patterns for a long time, and since I've started using pattern paper and doing digital patterns, I stitch so much more, and it's just so much more convenient. I'm not trying to hunt and peck as much just because it's a lot easier to highlight, the color that I'm doing, and then I can just see just that color. It makes me a lot faster at stitching. I've already done, I think the last time I looked at it, it was almost at 250,000 stitches this year. Something like that. It was, if not, out that, it was close to it, I think. Really try. Hi, Mindy. Standing and squatting all day, my legs keep stiffening up really bad. And stop it. I need to be able to stitch comfortably. Yeah, and I'm still in the process of trying to eat my salad too. I bought a bag salad, and so then I've just been eating it out of a cup. We'll make it work in this way. Sure how many stitches I'm at right now. I did manage to get the patterns that I've worked on so far. I used the experimental function on pattern paper, and I was able to actually get the patterns imported into pattern paper so I could still keep up with my percentage and my stitch count. The only one that I haven't actually added to pattern paper is the one that is in the glove box. But that was a walnut kit, and I can say that it's even worse quality than these are. I would say this is probably about a 5 compared compared to what I've worked with before, but I would say that the Walmart kit was like a 2, if that. But I really hate getting rid of something that I paid money for, so I won't finish it. And then I'll keep the pattern, and I can always do it on a different piece of Aida and maybe be happier with the overall finished product of it. I thought the pattern was cute. See, that would be kind of cool too. Like, I'm kind of sad in a way that I cut these apart, and they were all on one piece of Aida, of course, and they had them marked out. But I think maybe if I had just kept it the long piece, I could have just put it on one of my small scroll frames and just kind of moved it back and forth as I needed to stitch, and then it would have been a whole lot easier than it did doing the double hand stitching. I'm a lot faster with 2 hands than just the one like this. I think that would be cool too. Like the pattern that I'm doing that's in the glove box, I think it's a butterfly if I remember right. And I was thinking about redoing the pattern using, different Aida and stuff, and then just changing up the colors. Haha. Did you mow? Or do I need to come smack you? Say thank you for the likes, but you like me all the time. You have to. There for a second, I thought you ran away. Good. Get that finished. As much as you can. Because we're doing things. He's here. We are all excited about internet being put in soon. We can live without internet anymore. I mean, without internet, how can I go live and spend time with people? I think that's funny. Windows 7 is much more user-friendly than Windows Vista. I don't know which Windows version I like better. Maybe XP. Just kidding. Good. They should. Because all the crap that he's pulling is not worth dealing with. That sounds like major liability in that. I wasn't still eating. Cough. Did you get poaching? You can text it to me. I know, sometimes they're like overly sensitive about the weirdest things. Like stuff that we wouldn't think should be filtered, and then you get random stuff that is like way needing to be filtered that isn't. Hello, hello. Oh, that's why. But it is. It should be. That one's wacko. I mean, he is part of the Animaniacs, right? If there's anything. Nah. Yakko's too smart to be you. All I should say is, hey there, dude. You do here, Sheldon. When I stay over, I generally either watch Law & Order SVU or Big Bang Theory. Those are generally the two. Literally, the first thing I do when I turn the TV on is find one of those two. Or Family Guy, I guess I should say as well. Those three. But it's not hard to find one of them. So it's just whichever one, I find first as to what I end up watching. It's where he got mugged. You need to try and go back a little further if you can, but you may have to take the weed eater and knock some of that down. But do what you can for sure. think the 2 red batteries were charged. I'm not sure about the black one. But the chargers and the batteries are on that white cabinet next to the back door. So you may want to plug them up while you're mowing. We're just all excited. Alright, be good. Be careful. Make Ace go outside with you and work on moving some of those branches and stuff. Almost finished with this color on this bookmark. Just a couple in a row. I went, I'm an idiot. I looked up to try and look at the clock. There's no clock in front of me. And there's a phone sitting in front of me that tells me the time. I'll tell you what, it's been that kind of day. Although, I was pleasantly surprised. Both stores, well, the one store that I actually worked in today, he had his department gift application done before I got there. It is what I'm used to doing. I'll say it twice. Maybe it's wizard lice. Don't come at me. Don't be soft. Exactly. I was thinking it earlier. Or is it Tree Stars pitch? I'm sitting in here and I'm freezing. I turned it up to 73. It was set on like 16 when I got here. And I'm still cold. I drove home. I didn't even leave the house until like 6:45 this morning. And then I made it all the way to Dardanelle and realized that I forgot my water. So I bought one of the big Casey's jugs. The thing that's, bigger than my head. And I drank the whole thing. And then I bought one of the really big ones at Walmart and filled this back up. And I'm already halfway through this one again. Lily had messaged me and she was like, "Hey, I'm guessing you forgot your water." I was like, "Yeah, I did." She was like, "Don't forget to drink your water. You need to stay hydrated." I'm like, "Okay, kid, telling your mom what to do." she told me. Yeah, if I would have known that I was going to be done so early today, I would have went ahead and just told Amanda that I would do this one and then just drive home. But she had already booked the room before I managed to get here. Well, get to the clean anyways. This bagged salad has a lot of green onions in it, and they're like extra peppery tasting. I'm gonna be broken it just from the green onions alone. This one. At least what I brought with me. I only brought one color to work on. My friend. My thread got uneven, and so it ended up pulling out part of it. I didn't know that. I'm about to pull a hole on this piece of thread. Smash it into the ground. Okay, I said Hulk smash, and then all of a sudden on one of the commercials, it was Thanos. That's like some major creepy timing. What? Another season still of Love It or List It. He's still doing it though. I'll get my phone at some point. So, most of this stuff now. Just these last few stitches right here. Put the top. That's all that I have to do on this one for now. We woke up way too early still again though. I think I got up at like 4:40. But I did not really do much other than a little bit of stitching. But I think that's why I ended up forgetting the water at home. It was just because I was still tired. Ended up having the department manager in the store telling us that we weren't, the end cap that we were going to have to put it on was our sticker end cap. I was telling her, no, it's not part of our department. It's part of the celebrations department, and we are taking over an end cap. And she was like, no, there's no mod in the system. And I was like, yes, there is a mod in the system. She was like, so it doesn't show on the layout. I said, it may not show it on your layout, but it is a mod, and it is approved by Walmart, and it is in the system, because we can activate it, we can price it, and everything. She was like, I'm gonna have to go and talk to someone. So she was gone for like 40 minutes, and finally came back. And she didn't say a word. She just brought her cart over. She took the stuff off the end cap that I told her it was probably going to be, and emptied it except for the fixtures, and said, there you go, and walked away. So I took all the fixtures off of it. I gave them to Javier, and I set the balloon end cap. It was like, not that serious. It's literally, we got approval. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I understand, if it doesn't show up on their layout, that's fine. But literally, we have approval for all of these. The stores that did not get the approval did not have any cap sent. So, their store clearly approved it. Amanda was like, well, technically, I guess we could just take this different. I love you too. I was like, I'm not taking this different. I'm going to get the end cap that is not ours. Because it's so if you go and shop American Greetings, balloon end caps, they are nice. I really like the new set that we have. I love this nice balloons like that. move over to another bookmark. Bazinga. The best part of the whole dang show. Man, I bet they had a lot of fun doing this show. That's where I'm at with that. I'm all finished with that color on. Now, I've got all of them in their own little separate bags with their patterns. Even though I don't technically need the pattern, I've got the patterns with each. It has the little tassel in the bag with it. And then I just switch one out and grab the next and work that way across. Let's see. Yes. So we're gonna do this one next. This one has a lot of that color, so I probably won't get finished with the color on this tonight. So this is the one that I'm changing to right now. And all of these pink dots here, and then all the way down into here where there's more. All that color that I'm going to be working on. It's supposed to be 161, but this is really light. It is not 161. I kind of wish I had just went ahead and grabbed my own DMC thread and just did it with those. I do have to fix my cabinet though. I still haven't had time to fix that yet. After I saw it yesterday, I was like, oh my god, I don't have time to fix it yet. It'll probably be later this week before I get to it, but just knowing that it's all messed up in my cabinet makes me kind of irritated. But then I just have to say, hey, we got moved. If that's, the worst of it, and nothing got actually damaged, then I can deal with having to fix my setup. But opening that drawer and seeing all those messed up, I was like, oh my god, I'm horrible. I thought I managed to make it all in decent shape. But this stuff will go really quick since it's just row after row. Alright, it's telling me that I have an activity, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna end the live here tonight. I just wanted to say hi, get caught up with a few people, since I haven't really had time to do much posting. So if you're still here, thank you. And I will see you guys later.